Alright, next thing I'm going to be working on, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried these before, but you haven't lived until you've had a real good pork belly burnt end. These burnt ends, when you get them nice and charred, they don't have to be, black, but just, they got a good char on them. Man, they're so good, and you get the right sauce combination to put on them. Let them soak up that sauce. They're really good. So what I did is I just cut the pork belly into little cubes, little squares. I put them in a bag, and I put a little bit of this Killer Hogs rib rub, little cayenne pepper on there. You got different kind of rubs you can put on there. I use this extra virgin olive oil in a can. You just spray it on there, and it really makes a good binder, so everything kind of sticks to it. And you just kind of stir that around in the bag and blend it all up, and you end up with this right here. So they're totally covered on all sides, and they start out as little cubes, and they still are kind of in a cube, but anyway, it doesn't really matter, because once they start cooking up, they're just going to be individual bite-sized pieces. But I'm going to put those on the smoker here in a little while, along with some other things that I'm about to do. But I wanted to share with you guys how I do this. And so that's the starting point. And then I'll put them on the Weber Smokey Mountain for probably about 2 hours at about 225, 250 degrees for about 2 hours. And then what I'll do is I'll take them off and I'll put them in the sauce that I make. And it's kind of like really sweet, but it's almost like a barbecue candy. So if you have never tried one, you're missing out. And if you ever get a chance to get a hold of one, you'll see what I mean about these things. They're really, really good. All right, so we're going to move on to the next phase, and I'm going to get my chicken ready. So we'll be back.
Oh.
All right, so these are the pork belly burnt ends, and I'm just going to line these up on here. And they don't have to be done in any particular way. This smoker has 2 levels, so I'm putting these on the bottom level and just kind of let them go. And you just got to make sure they're not stuck together. And pretty much they'll just sit in here and do their thing. Really don't have to watch them, because the whole idea is you really want to get them kind of charred, but not really burnt through. You just want them to have a little bit of a bark on them. And right now the whole idea is just to cook them, make sure they are cooked through and through, and then we'll put them in the pan with the sauce, and that's when they'll get the good char on them. So all right, so there are the burnt ends, and now we're going to put the top grate on. And now let me go ahead and move this thing. Look at there, burnt ends. Yes, sir. And those beans, they're about ready too. So fix to make that happen. All right, got these burnt ends coming off. Let me get these in this pan here, and we'll get our sauce ready. Thing's falling on me. All right, there they are. All right, now we'll go get the sauce ready, and we'll get ready to put them back on. All right, we got these burnt ends, and we got a few things we got to do real quick. So we're just gonna put some butter on there. We're gonna put some brown sugar and some syrup on there. And the way we do that is just set these. Now this butter is real butter. It's not margarine. So we don't cut any corners when it comes to good on here. So we're just going to get some of this brown sugar on here, and we're just going to shake it around like so. And again, the brown sugar that I use is not real sugar. It's artificial, and the idea behind it is that it's low carb, and it's not quite the same, but to each their own. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of syrup on here. And again, this is the no sugar syrup. You just get that on there real good, and that's it. Now we're going to put this back on about 250 degrees for another hour or two. And it's going to get all bubbly and hot and everything. And then they'll get a little bit of a char on them. And that'll be about it. Then we'll look at them when they come off. All right, we got them going back on. They're in the pan. They're on the smoker. And right now we're at 270 degrees, 269. And one thing I do to regulate the temperature is we close these off. And as you can see, that one there is almost closed off entirely. Just a little bit of air coming through there. But I really don't want this to get much hotter than that. That one's almost closed off. The one in the back's wide open. And the top will be wide open. So that's what we're going to do. We'll look at them here in a minute. All right, we're at the 3-hour point total cook time on these. And they're not looking too bad. Still a little ways to go. So we're just going to stir them up a little bit and get them coated really well. Man, they're looking good. Real good. Get these things good and coated. All that sweet stuff on there with the brown sugar and the syrup. Get these things really good and coated. And then we'll just let the heat kind of do its thing with them and get them a little bit charred, maybe a little bark on there. That ought to do it right there. And get some of that sweet coating on there and get it kind of caramelized and go from there. All right. Well, we're at 3 hours and 35 minutes, 251 degrees. So let's pull the top off here. See what we got going on. I think we're going to be about ready. Yeah, get these stirred up again. One more time. One more time. I think they're just about ready. So now it's just a matter of preference. You know, if you like them darker or not, or if you like them more tender, less tender. You know, these things make some good snacking. You have these around and just kind of finger food, eat them. Good like at a football game or something like that, or just to have around. All right, we're going to check back here in a minute. I think these are going to be about it. So there you have it. They are finished and ready to go. These are pork belly burnt ends. Those are going to make some good eating. So I hope everybody enjoyed the cook. And if you have any comments, please just put them in the comment section and just let me know what you think. All right. Have a good one.